Good afternoon to all the students of class 5. So students, today I will continue with the chapter number 13 of your textbook Indus Valley Civilization. So students, in the last class we have already studied about the food habit of the Harappan people, how they practiced agriculture, about their trading system, the presence of a dockyard in Lothal. All these important things we have studied in the last class. Today I will begin with the one of the most important and unique feature of the Harappan civilization, which was its town planning. So what is town planning? Town planning means that how was the cities or towns in the Indus Valley civilization were organized, what was their pattern, how was their houses, what type of structures were built. All this were included in the town planning. So one by one we will study about that. So excavation reveals that people on the Indus Valley civilization were excellent town planners. So excavation at different sites of the Indus Valley civilization brought out many beautiful structures in forefront of the archaeologists, which actually proves that the people of the Indus Valley civilization were excellent town planners. They have a very organized setup of towns. So some of the best structures in the Indus Valley civilization have been discovered from the two cities Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Now students, let us move on to the roads. How was the road in the Indus Valley civilization? So the roads followed a grid pattern. Here grid, the term grid means straight lines that cross each other to form squares. So students, let's see a picture. So students, in your screen you can see how the lines are crisscrossing, all these lines are crisscrossing each other to form small squares. Okay. So like this, in the Indus Valley civilization, the roads crisscross each other to form this square like shapes. So as you can see, this is the entire grid pattern. In this way the roads were built in the Indus Valley civilization. And they used sun-dried or baked bricks for making the roads, and all these bricks were uniform in size. So what is actually sun-dried or baked bricks? So students, at first with the help of clay they built the bricks. Okay, but clay, as you know students, clay is very soft. How will they use that clay made bricks in the buildings? So it will not be a strong structure. So what did they do? After giving a shape of a brick, they kept the clay bricks in under the sun, and in the heat of the sun gradually the brick hardened and dried, and once it was dried it became very hard, and that brick is used for making the buildings. That is why the bricks were called sun-dried or baked bricks. And all these bricks that were used for making the roads are not irregular in size, they are all same in size. Now students, about the houses. So how was the houses? Houses in the Indus Valley civilization were mostly one story, single story. That is, there is one floor. But some houses were also found which was double story, means there were two floors. But it was predicted and said that probably the double story houses belong to the wealthy people, that is the richer section. Okay, and the single story is for the common people. Now students, the streets in the Indus Valley civilization were wide and ran perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular means absolutely straight and upright. So students, the streets were quite wide in the Indus Valley civilization, and they were perpendicular, that is straight to each other. Now students, the people of Harappan civilization they put a lot of their thought process while they were building the entire towns. So they knew if the entrance of the houses were made in the main roads, in front of the main roads, so there is a possibility of overcrowding, because a lot of people is using the road, and then when you are entering your house there will be a chaos. So there will be a possibility of overcrowding. That is why all the entrances of the houses were made at one side of the house, not on the main road, in front of the main roads. So students, the pattern of the house has a similar pattern. All the houses had a similar pattern. The houses had a central courtyard with rooms surrounding it. So as you enter a particular house in the Indus Valley civilization, you can see that there is a large central courtyard, and around the courtyard all the rooms were arranged. Okay, and this presence of a central courtyard actually allowed a lot of fresh air and light into the houses. And in many of the houses we also find the presence of wells. Wells is what, student? Wells are where people can store water. So such wells have also been attached to some houses. Now students, let's see some pictures. So as you can see, students, in the screen, this is the picture of the city of Mohenjo-daro. As you can see, this is one of the best well-planned cities of the Indus Valley civilization. So this is an aerial view of the Mohenjo-daro city. Aerial view means that it was taken from a lot of height, from up. As you can see, this is an aerial view. And you can see, students, that well-planned city. You can also see the grid pattern roads here. They are making crisscrossing each other and forming squares. Now students, this is the roads. As I am explaining, the roads were quite wide. The streets were wide and they were absolutely straight. As you can see, they were absolutely straight and quite wide. That is, more than one people together can walk in these streets. This is another picture of the streets of Indus Valley civilization. Now student, this is the wells. I have already mentioned that where you can store water. So similar wells can be found attached to many of the houses of Indus Valley civilization.